What's going on, everybody? I hope you are enjoying the holidays. It is almost the end of the year 2023. I can't believe it. But because of that, I wanted to take a look back at 2023 month by month and just talk about some notable things we went through. I'm not going to be talking about every single movie. Obviously, that'll be way too long, but just come on this journey with me, starting with January. Also known as Dumpuary, and not because it has a fat ass. No, but it's known as Dumpuary just because most of the times the movies that are put in January just aren't the best, to be nice. But this year, this year we got Megan. In my eyes, a legitimately good, fun movie. I mean, this was a meme that actually translated to a hit. $181 million box office on a $12 million budget. I mean, they already greenlit the sequel, which is a no-brainer. Sometimes meme movies don't end up resonating with audiences, hashtag Morbius, but this one did. It knew what it wanted to be, and it delivered on that, and nothing more, and that's a good thing. I mean, Ayo Adebri even gave this the old thumbs up, so that's just how you know. We also got Skinamarink in January, one of the more wild Letterboxd curves. I saw the trailer for this, and it scared the shit out of me, but I also was afraid that this movie would just be a little too slow and dry based off that trailer. Is this the scariest movie of the year, or is this an hour and 40 minutes of staring at the corners of a wall? I don't know because I never saw it. I never saw Skinamarink. But I'm glad to see the toy phone is still relevant and popping up nowadays in today's cultures, unlike the Avatar movie. Can you name someone from that? Yeah, I never saw it though. I don't know if I'll ever see it, to be honest, but I respect the movie. Now, February started with a double feature of Tom Brady, Propaganda, and a new M. Night Shyamalan movie. I never saw 80 for Brady because absolutely not, and Knock at the Cabin was fun but frustrating. Honestly, the main thing I took away from Knock at the Cabin is how much more interesting of an actor Dave Bautista is than The Rock, but that's cool. Quick shout out to Your Place or Mine on Netflix. I never saw it, but I mean, just maybe the least amount of chemistry on a press tour ever. They were getting their ass lit up on Twitter. But February was known for one of the movies of all time in Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, a movie that is not good, legitimately damaged the MCU brand, added onto a wavering disinterest in superhero movies, and a now fired Jonathan Majors as King the Conqueror. And as many people like to point out, yes, my Letterboxd review for this movie is very unfortunate, and that's a tough beat right there. What does the MCU do now with Kang? Is Avengers Kang Dynasty fucked? Is the MCU in general just fucked? We also got Cocaine Bear, about a bear that does cocaine. Honestly, if this movie treated itself like how Megan did, then it probably would have been a much better movie. In March, we got Creed 3, once again with Jonathan Majors, and yet again, my Letterboxd review just aged poorly. God damn it. Michael B. Jordan does have some nice directing chops, so that is very nice to see. I do like the movie. I am also wondering, like, how many more Creeds are we getting? Because he was, like, retired in Creed 3. So, whatever. Scream 6 also came out this month. I mean, hard to believe. I mean, that one feels like it was made so long ago. It made the most money out of any Scream movie, and it really feels like the Scream franchise is really starting to take off again. Okay, yeah, never mind. Shazam! Fear of the Gods came out. Just another blow to the superhero genre. But not to fear. Oh no, not to fear, because we end March with John Wick Chapter 4. That movie came out and really blew the roof off everybody. I mean, how can you compete with this? I mean, my God, it looks so good. Is this the best action movie of the year? Probably. But even if you disagree, who cares? This movie fucks. And actually, a sneaky good movie the next week was Dungeons and Dragons. Chris Pine is very good. I think the whole cast is very good, but shout out to Jonathan, just the real star of the show. I do wish the movie did a little bit better in theaters just because I do think it's pretty good. And I'll admit, I was kind of hating on the trailers. I was like, this is not going to be good. No one's interested in this. I am glad to have been proven wrong. I like the movie. Let's move on to April. We get started off with some movies called Air and the Super Mario Bros. Movie. Out of all the movies I have liked this year, and there are plenty, the one movie I continue to get shit on for is Air, which I just think is really fun. Obviously, I really like the movie because I'm a sneakerhead and I love basketball, so of course I was, but even if I didn't, like I showed some of my friends who do not care about that stuff, they liked it. I thought it was a pretty harmless movie. Did not expect to see so many people preying on its downfall and then, putting me in the crosshairs of that. But that's okay. I honestly think it's kind of funny. And then there's the Super Mario Bros. Movie, which launched a seemingly never-ending campaign to get Peaches a Best Original Song nomination. And that officially ended the last week when the Academy did not have it on the shortlist. So we can all be quiet about that now. I did not think I'd see grown men cry about that on Twitter. But, here we go. I mean, the movie made over $1 billion. Like, isn't that better than a song nomination? We got Beau is Afraid, which some people said would be a career killer for Ari Aster. Big doubt on that, but can't lie, it was a big flop for A24, but shout out to them for keeping people's creativity alive. We got some other smaller good movies like Chevalier, Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret. We got another solid horror movie in Evil Dead Rise, but specifically shout out to Ghosted because what the fuck. Let's move on to May. Now, this is where the writer's strike first started, so, a whole bunch of trauma is about to start. But also to open the summer blockbuster window, we have Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. The end of the Guardians as we knew them and the end of James Gunn in the MCU. People were crying over a raccoon. Shout out to Bradley Cooper for never phoning in a voice performance in the MCU. A legitimately awesome performance. I mean, the ending of this movie just gives me life. Blackberry came out, and that's a movie that has also managed to stay in the conversation this time around because people A, like the movie, but B, Glenn Howerton does give a hilarious and really good performance. This movie took me a rewatch to really understand what people were saying and praising about this movie, but I get it now. And out of all the company type movies that we got, Blackberry is definitely one of the better ones. Fast X or Fast 10 also came out, but I just really can't be asked to give a fuck about that, so let's just move on to the Disney live action movie that no one asked for, in The Little Mermaid. Now, to its credit, this is definitely not one of the worst Disney live action movies. I thought it was okay. I thought it was solid. It's a passable time. I like Halle Bailey in the movie. I mean, her voice just sounds like it was gifted by angels, but I'm sorry. Someone must pay for Scuttlebutt, and it's got to be Lin-Manuel Miranda. I'm sorry. Someone's got to pay for that. June. Let's start June off with Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. This is the one. What an achievement. Makes me believe anything is possible. Oh, wait, what? Oh, Past Lives is also here? Okay, yeah, let's just rip my heart out and put it back together again. I mean, I can't even look at bars the same way again without fucking crying, so let's just keep going with June. Transformers Rise of the Beasts. Yeah, that movie kind of broke me a little bit. I hope I don't see that movie again, but that's okay. It gets better. Because guess what also comes out this month? The Flash. The Flash came out to audiences after months of hearing it's one of the best superhero movies ever, and it was not. Dear God Almighty, what a shit show. Once again, another blow to superhero genre movies. Elemental came out, which was the lowest opening for a Pixar movie ever, but remember the grind. Don't ever give up on your dreams, okay? Because this movie kept chugging along. No Hard Feelings came out. I watched this for Jennifer Lawrence only, and so did you. Wes Anderson's Asteroid City came out, a movie that I wasn't too hot on when I first saw it, but everyone is making me want to rewatch it, so maybe I will. Fascinating stuff either way. And let's finish the month with Indiana Jones in the Dial of Destiny. Bruh, I'm sleep about this movie. And I was actually excited for this because I'm a James Mangold fan, okay? I'll give him a pass for this one, but this was so damn dull and just so out of whack from what I expect from Indiana Jones. Just no. In July, Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1, a good movie came out, but, it didn't make that much money, and I don't really know why. Barbenheimer, the biggest movie event of the year, hands down. The vibes were just incredible. I haven't been to a theater that packed in so long with so much excitement. People I know in my life who do not go out to the theaters, they were going to see Barbie and Oppenheimer. People were talking about it at work. They were asking which one they liked better, if you had plans to go see it. People dressed in black and in suits, and people were in pink. Ryan Gosling as Ken. Margot Robbie as Barbie. Cillian Murphy as J. Robert Oppenheimer. Michael Cera as Ellen. I mean, the best time of the year for a moviegoer. And it really is crazy how they're gonna basically hold hands from their theatrical release all the way to the Oscars, but that's pretty cool. We also had the SAG strike, which started this month. So, yeah, I guess that's fun. Talk to Me came out a week later and also became a hit as well. A24 greenlit a sequel to that movie. Talk to Me is the best horror movie of the year, in my opinion. So that's a win for me. Haunted Mansion, yeah, you can fuck off. August, a pretty slow month, almost every year. We had Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, The Mutant Mayhem, which is a solid movie. The animation is great, but I did wish better for it in terms of quality. That's my opinion. And also box office, but I mean, not bad. Meg 2, The Trench, genuinely awful movie, but I really can't hate Meg 2 that much. Gran Turismo, based on a true story, finally came out, and the movie was actually solid, but that's gotta be the worst trailer or the most annoying trailer ever, terrorizing audiences for months. Blue Beetle came out and flopped, unfortunately, but this movie was just in a bad place to start with from the beginning. I mean, the strike certainly didn't help, and the subsequent previous superhero movies all being bad also didn't help. Dracula on a Boat was actually just shortlisted for the makeup and hairstyling Oscar, so congrats to them. I never saw it, but if it makes it, I certainly will. Bottoms came out this month, and that was a success. I mean, this is just a great movie, but I mean, you already know that. September, we We have 3 movies off the bat that I'm not 100% positive exists in the Equalizer 3, My Big Fat Greek Wedding 3, and The Nun 2. I didn't see any of them, but I was at TIFF, thankfully, so never got a chance to. A Haunting in Venice came out, and hopefully this is the last one. I really can't get with this movie's vibe. I'm sorry. Dumb Money is a movie that really came and went. Now, fortunately for me, it has Paul Dano, so I'm there day one. I thought it was a lot of fun. I gotta be honest. I mean, this is definitely the fastest moving movie I have seen this year. I know some people really despise this movie, but I thought it was a lot of fun. Once again, I don't know. Don't hate me. The follow-up to Sing Street and Floor and Son came out, and that didn't make much noise, but I need everyone to stop what they're doing, pause this right now, go watch the scene of Meet in the Middle, or at least hear the song. It was shortlisted for the Best Original Song Oscar. Let's make that happen, okay? Thank you very much. The Creator also came out this month. The most beautiful looking, bland sci-fi movie in a bit. But, I'm glad I saw it. I'm glad it exists. Saw Patrol, I mean, that's not really a thing, but the studio certainly tried. October is now here, and do you all like a little The Exorcist Believer? Yeah, me neither. Taylor Swift The Eras Tour came out and was also a big hit. I also haven't seen it, but I'm not a Swiftie hater. I am completely indifferent to Taylor Swift, so please don't come at me. Anatomy of a Fall came out in limited release. Now that's a banger. But Killers of the Flower Moon dropped. This is one of my favorite films of the year. It was incredibly powerful and epic in every way imaginable. I'm very glad this movie had its time to shine. Five Nights at Freddy's completely obliterated the box office, proving that gamers will show up when it counts. Too bad the movie is shit. November is here. Priscilla, the year after Elvis comes out. I mean, you just love to see it. Kaylee Spaney won the Best Actress award at the Venice Film Festival, and the whole world stood still to see if playing Elvis, Jacob Elordi's voice, would be altered forever. And no, it's fine, actually. Nyad comes out on Netflix. Now, that is some comedic gold in that movie. The Holdovers expanded to wide release, a movie that is quite comforting, if I say so myself. A great movie. I love that movie. Paul Giamatti, what a king. The Marvels also came out, and that's a flop for the MCU. Another blow to the superhero genre. It is not looking good for the superhero movies this year, gotta say. The Killer came out on Netflix, and what few Netflix movies that are actually talked about in our society. Fincher, Don't Miss, Argue with the Wall. The new Hunger Games movie came out and is a good success for Lionsgate. I thought it was pretty good, and I guess I never realized how much people actually miss the Hunger Games franchise. No Jennifer Lawrence. I guess no problem, though she certainly would have helped. Saltburn also opens, and the discourse on that has been nauseating to say the least, so enjoy it or hate it, but my god, we need to learn when to just stop talking. I just don't care about people's opinions anymore. Like, I get it, goddamn, you need to stop shouting. Disney's Wish came out and flopped, and also the longest movie of the year in Napoleon came out. December, god, already here. I mean, wow. Godzilla Minus One, a huge unmitigated success from both critics and audiences alike. The highest grossing live action Japanese movie here domestically. That movie goes dummy hard. December drops on Netflix, and along with The Killer, this is definitely one of the most talked about Netflix movies in my eyes. I mean, what a film. The Boy and the Heron opened to #1 domestically, which you just love to see it. Miyazaki's last, or maybe not, movie. I need to see it again, actually. I think that helped my feelings on it overall, but I'm glad to see a Studio Ghibli movie do well here. Poor Things, some very strong feelings on both sides of the Poor Things debate, but a big movie nonetheless. Emma Stone, #Arizona's Own, my absolute queen. The Zone of Interest in limited release drops. Once again, I tell people, let people see your movies. I know here where I am in Arizona, the Zone of Interest will not come here until mid-January, which is crazy. But I like the movie, so there you go. Maestro opened on Netflix, which couldn't beat Gran Turismo on the Netflix charts. We'll see how that plays out. All of Us Strangers also opens in limited release. Once again, let people see your movies, but that's making people cry too, so we'll see about that. Love to see it. The Iron Claw came out, and just a crazy decision to release that during Christmas, but let's go for it, I guess. Devastating but full of love. A good movie. Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, currently in the middle of a flop. Another death blow to the superhero genre. How many death blows is that? The Color Purple and Ferrari opened. Hopefully they do well at the time of recording. I know The Color Purple is tracking to do very well, so love to see that. But guys, we gotta talk about the big boy in December, Wonka. Who up wonking they willy right now? I know I am. Paul King, my king, just putting magic in people's hearts yet again. I am definitely in the Wonka hive, and I have been for a while, so feel free to join me if you want. I have seen the movie. Actually, by the time you guys see this, I will be seeing this movie 4 times now. One's at a press screening, once with my fiance and 2 friends, once with my fiance and her family, and then another time because they loved it so much. My rating has gone up every single time. Might be a 5-star movie by the time you guys see this, but just remember, it's not about the movie, it's about the people you watch it with. Oh my god, I'm crying. And there you have it. Only a small fraction of the movies I have covered here and have watched in 2023. Some people really love this year for movies, and it's definitely been impressive for sure. But to me, another year down and spent with you all here on this channel. Another year I am grateful that you all are still watching. Hopefully this next year is even better for all of us. As always, links are in the description. The next video you see should be new updated Oscar predictions along with a giveaway, so you want to stay tuned for that. I appreciate you all. Have a happy new year. Go see Wonka in theaters. Thank you so much. See you guys next time.